Hi, hello, this is Dr. Prasad Kogilam with the class series on research methodology and intellectual property rights with subject code 21RMI56. I am on to the module 2, module 1 completed. Module 2, I am giving the important questions, topic wise question with indicating the course outcome as well as the revised Bloom's taxonomy level, RBT level. Answer keys and the key answers, the explanation on that key answers, referring to the syllabus. Module 2 started. Okay, this particular class I am covering the literature review, technical reading, and synthesizing of prior art. That two topic I am covering in this particular class. Okay, so the course outcome is very important. Students should understand what they are learning and what they are after completing this course, completing this subject, studying what they will learn, to know the meaning of engineering research, to know the procedure of literature review and technical reading, to know the fundamental of patent laws and drafting procedures, understanding the copyright laws and subject matters of copyrights and design, understanding basic principles of design rights as such given in the syllabus. So I am referring this particular textbook which is there in the syllabus, mentioned in the syllabus. This is freely downloadable, so I downloaded it, I referred it, and I took some of the points to make this particular class video. So students, you need to go through these points, note it down if you want, because I am not preparing separate class note for this. The same textbook I am referring. Okay, you need to note down if you want to note down the points. You need to note down pausing the video, then explain or try to make a detailed note if you want. Otherwise, if it is sufficient, it is sufficient. Okay, so 2.1 literature review and technical reading, new and existing knowledge, as well as 2.2 analysis and synthesis of prior art. Two topics I am covering in this class. Based on that, the question is set. Describe the importance of performing a thorough literature review in engineering research, while also illustrating how a proficiently executed literature review aids in showcasing originality in research. Okay, so it is connecting to the course outcome 2, a literature review related one. The level of question is 2 and it carries 10 marks. Key answers are mentioned here, you can note down. So this only I am explaining a little bit detail. So the first point, that is understanding the purpose of literature review and its research role. You need to imagine yourself, or you just think that yeah, we are building an extraordinary building, a new building we are constructing in a new site. So before we put that foundation stone or we start working on that, we do a survey. We check the land, what is the different, the level of the land, what type of sand is available, mud is available, all those, everything we will analyze. We do the survey, landscape survey, to understand the nature as well as the form of that place where we are going to build, whether it can withstand that particular strength, or will it create any corrosive environment is there. Those are all things we have to do. So similarly, the literature review, it also serves as the same way we survey, allowing to identify the existing knowledge. So it makes us to identify the existing knowledge. Okay, so let us again think that we are not building something new, we are renovating. Okay, something we are renovating. Say example, is a building, bridge is there. That bridge we are renovating with either expanding it or giving more strength or giving an aesthetic look to that, whatever it may be. So we need to think that we need to do the survey again. Okay, so that will help us to identify some of the pinpoints of that bridge where the past engineers they had some challenges of building, or some solution, unique solutions, you can find it out. So research literature review is not about knowing what out there, it's also gaining insights about what we can shape or how we can plan our research approach, to identify or to shape the research approach. Okay, so the purpose of literature review, the main goal of a literature review is to identify and understand existing knowledge. It is problem identification. It helps in correctly identifying research problems that might be unclear initially. Researchers are they use literature to advocate specific approaches to understanding problems. It assists in comprehending the choice of research methods. So that is about the first point, understanding the purpose of literature. Now, navigating sources of existing knowledge. The textbook versus this concept, if I say the textbook, it is a well established, just like a map. It gives the reliable information about the territories where we can go. Okay. On the other hand, the research paper, it is just like an expedition report. Every day discovering a new landscape and revealing the latest discoveries about that landscape, the information regarding that landscape, the weather or the condition or the way to reach the speciality of that. That is, you can consider as a research. If you think about a guide, a comprehensive guide, and the latest field notes when planning our journey, that particular trip journey. So a good literature review, it involves reading both, ensuring about the content which is already there, as well as analyzing the research papers, not only textbook, as well as the new coming very latest research papers. It will give more idea regarding what is happening in that, or what happened, and what can be done further, what is the requirement, or what is the necessity, or what is the extravagance. Extra requirement makes us feel happy. Okay, so textbook versus research papers, textbook provide established knowledge, while the research paper, it often recent developments. Complexity of research paper are more specialized and they assume prior knowledge in the field, and it build a strong foundation. Reading and learning from various sources help in constructing a solid foundation for the research. This is how you have to navigate the sources for existing knowledge. Effective strategies for conducting a comprehensive literature review. Literature review or crafting, planning that literature review is to create a story, a working story needed for us to go through it or read it, and or to making a route map instead of merit list of who done that, the authors. Think of how the ideas they are narrated, or the concept they put forth, and which we have to take up. We have to meet the expectations of the research supervisor, research guide, like impressing the audience, where we present our research, the initial stages of research. We need to present this is the what we are going to work. Okay, so we have to make it, the literature review make us to make it a well structured one. Okay, so it is conceptual focus. Conceptual focus is there. Literature review should focus on concepts rather than just listing the authors and what is there. We need to understand what is the concept behind their work. A well executed literature review, it impresses a supervisor by showcasing a strong grasp of the field's current state, and there are guidelines for writing an effective literature review, including avoiding hasty conclusions, as well as synthesizing information effectively. A good literature survey, it involves systematically analyzing and synthesizing the achieved work. Analyzing and synthesizing prior research. analyzing and synthesizing prior research. Suddenly sound disturbance came, I cannot do. Analyzing and synthesizing research. After collecting the articles for the literature review, the researchers break them down and find useful information. Then they put all this information together to see what conclusion they can draw from the article as a group. Okay, train is also coming at a time. Okay. Now let us look into the process of doing this research. So let us think that we are research means making a solving a complex puzzle. Okay, the picture puzzle. Let us see. So the information or the article that we read, it is just like a piece of small pieces of the puzzle. So we have to not only see the pieces of puzzle, we need to analyze it properly. We have to see what shape it is, where it will fit, where and all it can fit. So all those analysis also we have to do. So the literature review, it makes us to identify, to make them or to find the dots, connecting dots, to make it a very big picture. Okay, so the researcher, we need to, as a researcher, we need to understand the main idea in each article. We need to look at the models and experiments which are used. We need to connect the different pieces of information. We have to compare and contrast what they find. We have to identify the strength and weakness. So it's very important to question big claims in the article. Means if you are reading that research article or a textbook, we should not read it and accept it as such. We should always doubt on that. We should ask big questions. Whatever they are finding, we should analyze it and we should ask what next can be done. The goal of literature review is to discover new things to study, point out problems in existing research, and propose a fresh idea. Evaluating information sources for research validity. So after literature review, it's a journey, a research journey with the available information, choosing the trustworthy points and continuing for our final goal. Okay, so what and all we need to see while doing that. So it has to be trustworthy. So we have to check whether the journal paper that you are studying, whether it is a good quality one, whether the author who publishing or the work or the guides, research guides, they are well reputed, whether they have already done such a work which is already established and people are using it. So all this information also we need to check, and we have to set up our standards of research. What type of research work we are going, so we have to maintain that one. Otherwise, somewhere we'll stuck up. Okay, so we have to evaluate the information like who is the author and where do they work. Does the information seems accurate and backed by other sources, or is the source at the right level of complexity for your research? So that's about module 2 part 1. Thank you very much for being with me. Please do subscribe and support my YouTube channel, My Intuition 4865. Once again, thank you very much.